Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. I've got the best deck to climb with for patch 5.9 if you want to rank up in the standard format in Legends of Runeterra. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. I'm going to break down each card in the deck and help you learn the ins and outs of Nocturne Vex with not one, not two, but 3 different example games. With that, let's get right into it. I know I covered this deck in a recent meta report, definitely check that out if you want to see an additional example game, but I wanted to give more attention to Nocturne Vex because it's very broken. It's the deck that I personally used to speedrun to master last patch, and it's still sitting at 6.55% play rate with a 59.87% win rate, which is just insane. So this deck plays very similar to old styles of Mono Shadow Isles with its focus on fearsome units. However, instead of running spiders and wraiths, we are running direct damage and sentinel cards, along with some other newer fearsome units that have come out over the past couple of years. It wants to set up aggressive boards for really strong mid-game pushes, and in case the game goes long, it also has Harrowing as a late-game win con. So let's start at the top. We have Burgeoning Sentinel, 1 mana 1/2 Fearsome. Fearsome can only be blocked by enemies with 3 or more power, so there's a lot of decks that the opponents are going to run that have like primarily 2 attack or 1 attack units that kind of like do their own things, have their own passives, and they won't be able to block the onslaught of fearsome units that this deck is going to pump out, so it makes it really uncomfortable for the opponent to try to play around their win con while also not dying to you, setting up your big fearsome boards. Sentinel has an additional effect. The first time you kill a unit with a spell, grant me +2/+1, which is literally doubling its stats. So this will become a 1 mana 3/3 with Fearsome, which is absolutely disgusting, especially if you open multiple Burgeoning Sentinels and then also a removal card. Now let's say, best case scenario, your opponent plays a champion like Teemo, and then you Quietus it, killing the Teemo, while also having multiple Sentinels on the board. Well, it looks like you're going to be in a very strong position that you can use to snowball into a winning position with just that opening hand. Speaking of Quietus, we can talk about that real quick. 1 mana slow speed spell, kill a unit with total power and health of 4 or less, or destroy a unit's equipment. So for the most part, we're going to be using the first effect. We can kill a 2/2, a 1/3, or anything with less stats than that, as long as they add up to 4 or less. We can use Quietus and kill the unit outright. So the main thing to keep track of is if your opponent is playing a deck with buffs in it, like Form Up and things like that, or Sky Splitter, or Elixir of Iron. It's very easy for the enemy unit to get outside of the Quietus range, so just make sure you're using this at a smart time where your opponent may not have a buff, or if they tapped out of mana and they have nothing to work with, then Quietus is super safe. However, if you are fighting an equipment-based deck, you can also use the second effect to destroy the unit's equipment, slow down the opponent's strategy, and be pretty happy. Next we have Stygian Onlooker, 1 mana 2/1, Nightfall, give me +2/+0, and Fearsome this round. So we're going to be playing Stygian probably on our second or third attack turn, basically as like a combo card. We're going to be starting with something else and then playing Stygian after, that way we get the Nightfall effect, and then attacking with multiple Stygians. It's really good for like turbo leveling Nocturne because we want to attack with Fearsomes. It's good for pushing a bunch of damage. So for the most part, like the best use case for Stygian is like attack turn 4. You play a 2-cost like Phantom Butler and then double Stygian, and then that's like a lot of fearsome attack pressure. If the opponent's not ready for it, you can push a bunch of damage very quickly. Next we have Glare, which is one of the strongest new cards to both Shadow Isles and also Bandle City. It's a dual region card. 2 mana slow speed spell, grant a unit Gloom to draw 1. So Gloom is a -1/-1 debuff. It bypasses Tough, which is really interesting. You can kill opponent's units with it. You can lower them below fearsome blocking range. So if your opponent has like a bunch of 2 attack units and then only 1 fearsome blocker being a 3 attack unit, you can just go ahead and reduce that to 2, meaning they have no blockers for your big swings. So you can kind of use Gloom strategically and also combo this with Vex, which is really cool, or Grim in the late game, and you can get all kinds of really cheesy combos off. Next we have Triple Mystic Shot, which is going to be doubling up as unit removal, but also direct damage to the enemy face in case we need the Mystic to close out games after doing a bunch of fearsome damage over the course of the game. Mystic Shot can help close out, but it's also really good at, of course, turning on the Burgeoning Sentinel or even the Buru Sentinel. Next we have Phantom Butler, 2 mana 3/1, just a really good fearsome card. Hallow, which is nice. When he dies, you get a attack buff for your first attacker for the rest of the game. If multiple Phantom Butlers die, then you'll have multiple Hallow stacks, which is really good for getting extra chip damage in. Next we have Soul Harvest. It's kind of like Quietus, it's another removal card. Kill a follower with 3 or less power, or you can spend 1 additional mana to kill a champion with 3 or less power. Really good against most of the early and mid game champions. Next we have Buru Sentinel, who's a 3-mana 3/3 with Fearsome. The same effect as the Burgeoning. The first time you kill a unit with a spell, grant me +2/+1. Very nice, very strong card, especially when you have multiple. You can be on like a combination of Buru, double Burgeoning, and then you just have a really nice board. Next we have Doom Beast, which has a similar effect to Mystic Shot. On Nightfall, you will drain 2 from the enemy Nexus, shooting them directly while also healing your Nexus too, so it's pretty good against burn matchups, but also a little bit more of a reach card in case you need that little bit of damage to close out the game. Next we have Moonlit Glenkeeper, one of the strongest cards in the deck in my opinion. 3-mana 2/3 with Fearsome. When you summon an ephemeral ally, grant it 1/0. Also Nightfall, summon a sapling, so if you play Moonlit Glenkeeper second or more in the turn instead of the first card, then you will get the sapling, which is really nice. You can use that to trade into things. Sapling can also get attack power from Hallow to trade up into even higher things. You can grab the opponent's only Fearsome blocker with Sapling, that way you can push even more Fearsome damage. A lot of strategical use cases for Moonlit Glenkeeper, and also if you have him on the board and then you Harrowing, he'll actually buff every single ephemeral that gets summoned from Harrowing, which is a really cool combo as well. I've seen that like a couple times and it has won me at least a few games, so really, really good card. Next, we have Nocturne, our first champion we're going to be talking about. 4-mana 5/3. Fearsome. Nightfall. Grant an enemy vulnerable and also give enemies -1/-0 this round, giving you even stronger Fearsome attacking boards. Level up, you've attacked with 5+ Nightfall or Fearsome allies over the course of the game, and then he basically gets an additional effect where if level 2 Nocturne's on your board, every time you summon something, he will give the -1 attack debuff each time that you summon something, which is really good, especially with Harrowing. So Nocturne will like summon out since he has very high attack, and then everything else that comes after him from Harrowing will go -1, -1, -1, -1, giving you again a very like strong 1-card win con with the Harrowing, as long as it resolves, doesn't get denied. Really, really good, consistent late game finisher. Next we have Vex, who we're mainly going to be using as just another really strong Fearsome attacker in the mid game. 4-mana 5/4, of course with Fearsome attack, grant the strongest enemy Gloom. So we got the Glare effect, which is really nice. Extra copies of Vex become Glare, by the way, which is really good. Really, really strong card, has synergy with the rest of the deck. You get to cycle by drawing an additional card. Really, really nice. So Vex will level if you've granted Gloom 5+ different times. This is not going to happen a lot. This one is definitely less likely, right? We're trying to play around Nocturne a little bit more than Vex. Vex is just in here as like really strong body. We can level her though with specific hands like multiple Vexes, multiple Glares, Grim, Harrowing, and then she can level off of the Harrowing attack, right? So there are ways to level her, but it's not going to be the primary focus. Just keep that in mind. Speaking of Grim, he is basically vengeance on a card, almost. For most intents and purposes, he kind of is. 6-mana 5/3 with Fearsome, play, grant a unit for Gloom. So again, this bypasses tough and things like that. If the opponent has 4 HP on their unit and they don't have a buff or anything, that unit will just die. You can combo this with Vex, you can combo this with Glare, and just be pretty happy all around. Really, really strong card, and is also a really good Fearsome attacker. And finally, we have Harrowing, again, our late game win con. Summon a bunch of dudes, get a bunch of effects like Nocturne level 2, and then swing, and then try to win the game off of that. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here are 3 live commentary games, so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. And for our first example game, we're going to be fighting Ash Vex. Alright, we have Doom Beast, Vex, Glenkeeper, Nocturne. This is a pretty awkward hand. I would actually say this is a full pitch all around. We could keep the Vex just for our attack 4, which is really nice. And then just like kind of hope that we get a combination of our 1 and 2 cost cards and some removal. I'm willing to bet we're gonna get there. If we were attacking on odds, I would not keep Vex, by the way. We ended up with another Vex and another Nocturne. So we are slightly bricked. I would say this is a pretty bad hand so far, but we'll pray off the top decks and hope we just play well. So we have the Sentinel, and then I guess we'll float 2 based on current hand, unless we top deck something else. They have a lot of removal as well, by the way. They have their own Quietus, they have their own Soul Harvest. They also have Frostbiting, which is like a pretty good combo for those because you get to reduce the attack stat a lot with Frostbiting, and then it makes your Quietus and Soul Harvest even more consistent. You can hit like bigger targets with those. So, really good combo. Seems like I'm going to be praying for like Vex mid-game pressure and also Harrowing win con. That's the best we can do with this current hand. Go ahead and open, or I can bait a pass to see if they play something. Quietus would be nice before getting the attack in, but I don't want to pass up 1 free damage and 1 Nocturne level up in case they do accept the pass. They might not have anything to play anyways, you know? And if they play something like Yadulski, which I don't even know if they run, I can't even kill that. I can only kill Omen or like a Sentry. That's kind of it. So floating 2 is honestly fine. Don't really mind doing that. Oh, there's the Sentry. I could have done the quietest play, but we're going to hold on to it, see if we top deck a Buru or something. Go ahead and save. Glare, okay. Glare's nice. What can they do on turn 3? Alright, a whole lot of nada. Let's go ahead and glare this then, because it floats perfect mana for us, it deals with the Sentry, and it draws us another card as well. So we're basically in a handshake here. We both get to draw, but I get a stronger unit, which I'm pretty happy about, while also floating perfect mana, and they are burning 1, unless they play something here. And then we'll just go ahead and do our Vex on 4, which now we have a level up point for her. We have a level up point for Nocturne. Pass, that's fine. I'll even take 3 to face, I don't care about that. I'm not going to quiet this. I currently do not care about that, my friend. I just want to play my Vex out for sure. Either that or we could do something funny, like first action Quietus on 4, and then play Nocturne when they play a champion, and then grab the champion. It's kind of like a lot less good, so I'm just going to play the Vex. But it was funny to think about for a second. Yeah, this is nice because Vex threatens killing the Icevale Archer immediately upon attack call, which should warrant a response like Vengeance or something big. I would assume. Yeah, there it is. Nice, that was a good safe assumption by me. Now, let's go ahead and do the Quietus because we can kill the Icevale Archer. That pushes 3 more damage from our Sentinel. Go ahead and send that in. Send it in. We're going to send it in right about now. And then defense 5 is probably just going to be set up another champion. Could be Vex again. And then like play Grim on 6. It'd just be kind of annoying. We need to win the mid game, which we're kind of set up to do. A 5-3? That's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Vex. Because Vex will get Frostbitten, and then the Sentinel can actually stop Ash. Unless they're on Brittle Steel. Yeah, Vex it is.
I'd rather be anywhere than here.
So if they do attack with Ash, that means they have Brittle Steel in hand. Or they're going to big brain bait me. Because, yeah, they don't have it then. Because they would be able to use that on my Sentinel. And that'd be really annoying. Let's go ahead and Grim it up.
I got you the most metal present of all. Nothing.
My favorite thing.
Disappointment. I love Grim and Vex's voice lines. They're so funny. So this is a really strong attack 6, obviously. We're doing fantastic. We're holding the board. They're pretty low on mana. They can't really do anything about all this. Defense 7 is probably going to be Buru Sentinel and then Nocturne Nightfall. Be pretty happy about all that too. We're still going to attack here, obviously, because Vex is still going to get the Gloom, which kills that 3-1. That's also a Nocturne level, because we are attacking with a Fearsome.
You're welcome.
Yep. Don't be deterred from this attack. Don't be deterred. I feel like a lot of players would see that, Icevale Archer, and be like, okay, I'm just not going to attack with Vex then. But you should always attack with Vex there. For the Nocturne level, and also for her own ability. Also, we just got Eradicated. That's okay. That's pretty costly out of them. They're spending a lot of mana. So we can do Sentinel, Doom Beast, Sentinel, or we can do Sentinel, Nocturne. Interesting. I mean, we could just play grant an enemy vulnerable and give enemies. Fascinating. Let's go ahead and do that, yeah. Let's do Sentinel.
Light is a lure.
That threatens the Grim. You want to attack me? Okay, that's interesting. I'm kind of okay with all that. Like, why wouldn't I just do Nocturne here? We're going to go into 8 floating 3, right? Boom. Watch this. I have a big brain idea, guys. This is massive brain. Ready? We're going to go into turn 8, floating 3. That's 11 total mana. I'm going to do first action Sentinel. Then, if they Ruination for 9, I still have 10 mana for Harrowing, and we win. Instantly. The ball is in their court, basically. With how I've floated mana, I played very efficiently. Now I should be in a very, very strong position. I basically get to dip my toes in the water for free this turn. So let's go ahead and start with the Sentinel.
Can a spirit fight
to the death.
Now, play something big. If they Vengeance or Ruination, we just Harrowing and win. There's nothing they can do. And we're not exactly threatening lethal right now, so technically they don't have to panic, but they do have to do something. Watch this be Ruination. If I called the Vengeance and also the Ruination, I'll be so happy. Okay, Glare. Sure. That's pretty good for them. I still want the Harrowing, though, I'm pretty sure. Because I can just win now. Yeah. Fair enough. Yep. There we go. We just need to play around the Ruination first, and then we're good. And for this example game, we have Mono Misfortune, probably a nab list, or this is going to be some kind of burn list with P and Z second region, which I'm a tiny bit scared about. We do have the Doom Beast training for any potential burn. We also should be able to kill that Misfortune. We're attacking on odds this time, which is very interesting. I'm going to full mulligan. I don't even want that Stygian. I think we want removal more than anything else in this matchup. Okay, fascinating. This is a really, really weird hand. 2 weird hands in a row, but you know what? We'll make it work, right? Just like we did last game. Against a bad matchup, by the way. I went and checked, and apparently the Vex Ash deck is supposed to like hard beat this one. Like straight up. Well, this is kind of awkward. Pass. I'm down to burn 2, bruh. Okay, well, now we can play. They don't have any generated cards yet, so wouldn't Quietus be better here than Soul Harvest? I would think so. I would definitely think so. If you haven't played a created card, you can't get that Ballistic Bot going. They probably have some way to do it, I just don't know. Doom Beast is bad. Let's just do the Glenkeeper. Might as well. Harley! Not my sapling, bruh. Ow! I'm about to get nabbed, aren't I? I am straight up about to get nabbed. Nope. I don't even know if there's any nab in standard. I don't know why I'm talking like nab is guaranteed. What is this hand?
A little adjustment for a lot of pow.
No. Chill. Chill. You don't gotta be doing all that Funsmith shenanigans. Ow. Wait, this is like a BB deck. Oh. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of happy that I have the triple Doom Beast now.
Oh, good.
Thank God for healing. Because we can go right back up to 20. And they only have 3 cards in hand. 4 off a draw. Interesting, interesting. I think I'll just open attack. I'm still meant to just play reactive for a little bit. We should be okay, though. That's a Rocket Barrage, sure. I'm just gonna play Naked Glenkeeper. That's fine. Just have something on the board and I don't want to burn too much mana. I don't really care about its Nightfall effect at the moment. Come on, play something else. I need to Glare so I can get Doom Beast down. I can actually do double Doom Beast if I want. Okay, see? Perfect. Glare. First action Glare, and then I'm going to decide if I'm playing Vex this turn, or if I'm playing double Doom. I kind of like the double Doom, but I also like pressuring the fearsome attack. Static, sure. If I top deck at 2 costs, I'll probably play Vex then, yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. I think I'll just play the Vex.
I'd rather be anywhere than here.
And then I can open attack. That's 10 damage. They'll live with 1, and then I can kill with Doom Beast. Kind of my best bet here. Make Misfortune a 1/1. Hopefully no static again. Alright, we should just win this turn then through Glare Doom Beast. Another Rocket Barrage. They have a lot of removal. Surprisingly, like, none of it was useful. Go ahead and kill the Glare. So it's like Funsmith, and then, like, just sit back and become a cannon of some kind? I think that's their deck. I'm kind of intrigued by it. Oh, we did get the Doom Beast lethal. Little suck to end the game. Love that. Slurp, slurp. Yummy. Thank you, Doom Beast. And for the final example game, we have Nico, Brom, Gnar. Alright, so we have Butler, Butler, Harrowing, Nocturne. We're attacking on odds again, so let's get rid of the Harrowing, let's get rid of the Nocturne. Are we really going to play Butler on 2 and then another Butler on 3? Probably not. I'm down to keep 1 Butler. And try to get 1 cost, try to get removal. Perfect. Got the 1 cost. So at least we can curve a little bit. Nice. Actually, we curve like crazy. Go ahead and open. Yeti Yearling cannot block. So they're playing like tribes. Yeah, makes sense for Nico. Got the Nocturne back. Play the Butler.
Another guest. Wonderful.
And then play the Buru. Oh, we'll show top deck Buru, because why not?
Nagakabura sends
Turn 3, they shouldn't have anything super scary yet to really stop us. We're also almost leveling Nocturne off of just this turn 3 attack. Puff Cat Pup, yeah, that cannot block us. Unless they have a Sky Splitter. They very well could. Okay. No Sky Splitter. Now we're really looking for removal, because I can play Buru, and then if I get like top deck Quietus, I just win. Okay, never mind. Fair enough. Brom? Hello, Brom. How are you doing, my friend? I'm kind of down to Beta Pass, play Nocturne, then Open Attack. That could be the best bet. Beta Pass. They're probably not going to accept the pass. Brom wants to grab something. That way they have a fearsome blocker. Yeah, I'm down to just full take all of that. And then we can play Mr. Nocturne here. Now, show me top deck Quietus, Soul Harvest, or Mystic Shot, please. So I can win the game. That's Vex. That's none of the above. But you know what? Vex is fine.
I'd rather be anywhere than here.
Because we're going to play her. And that's a lot of fearsome attackers. That's fine. Brom, go ahead. Or, sorry. Yeah, Brom, go ahead. So Vex is going to lower the Brom to 2-5. He will not be able to block us. It's only going to be that 3-3. Alright, cool. Again, I wish I had Quietus, man. With that one extra mana that I have too. Sheesh! This is relatively fine though, because we have the Nocturne level. We have multiple Harrowings in hand. A lot of things can still die on our board. And we're also threatening lethal, while they're blocking most. So we're in a pretty good spot. Actually, we could just win here on attack 5. Okay, Harsh wins. Our deck would just be way too crazy if we won on attack 5 here. We almost did. Okay. Yep. And now Brom can turn around and kill something of his choice. Well, I guess just Nocturne. And the Butler and the Sentinel. Not really that much of a choice. He can kill most things, though. Grim. If I Grim, I can't Harrowing. Do I need a Harrowing? Maybe. This hand would have been so much cleaner if I just had removal. Like, straight up. Straight up. Bye-bye, Nar.
Oh, you noticed?
Yep. We basically had a turn 5 lethal. We won on defense 6. Good heavens. And that's it for the Nocturne Vex deck. Extra shout out to the patrons on screen. Much love and thank you for supporting. So yeah, to wrap things up, this deck has been tearing it up recently, and I truly believe that you should either be playing this deck or a deck that counters it. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.